It was an occasion that was all full of slight curiosities, some elements that were almost unique, and hovering over it, of course, was that fact that the circumstance of this was a former pope having died and this ceremony being conducted by the present pope. A sad occasion, yes, but I've spoken to many people here now, and many actually considered it to be rather an uplifting, joyful occasion, despite the fact that it was marking a death. Why would that be? Well, Pope Benedict, Pope Emeritus, was an old man. We knew that his life was coming to an end, and I think for many here, they saw this as him moving out of this world and off towards the next. They also felt that he had contributed so much to the Catholic faith as a scholar and then as Pope. And I think uniformly the people I've spoken to here have considered it to have been a courageous decision, a word we've heard again and again, of him to retire from the position as Pope when he felt that his mental and physical acuities were no longer fit for the role. So there was a lot of warmth here. Now, of course, this is in a sense a self-selecting audience. The people who come here to St. Peter's to mourn Benedict were, of course, those who supported him, as well as the vast ranks of monks and bishops, and of course the cardinals who were here as well. But I think this is a point of inflection for the Catholic Church, and remember, there are 1.4 billion Catholics around this world who were watching on as today unfolded. I think it is a day that brings up a couple of important questions. One is whether or not Pope Francis will now feel that he can lead the Catholic Church in a different way. Well, why? Well, perhaps because Benedict, a more conservative Pope, may have become a lightning rod for some of that conservative opinion. Pope Benedict is no longer with us. So could it be that Pope Francis brings in a more liberal agenda? That has been suggested by some. Others say that they don't see evidence that Pope Francis has ever been inhibited. The second thing is whether or not Francis, a man who lives with ill health now, may consider that there is a space, if you like, for a former Pope now in the world, and that he may consider bringing his own papacy to an end in the coming months or perhaps years. Well, around us you may be able to hear they are packing up this event. Such a focus this morning is now being dismantled, a sign, I think, that even here at the heart of the Catholic Church, the waves do come along and wipe away the marks on the beach. Life returns to normal relatively quickly. But what will be the ripples of those waves, how they will change the Church in the weeks, months and years to come, of course, that still awaits to be discovered.